What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Oh man, what the hell? Hey there, how you doing? It's another episode of the What the Hell podcast. I am one of your hosts, Sean. With me as always, depending on where you're looking on the thing, we have the push broom of many books.
I am a man of many books.
Yeah, that was before minutes last week, and now you don't get to pick.
Now I do get to pick.
Should have been here last week.
And also, wherever
Okay.
again, looking on your screen, it's over there, it's over there. That would be the magnificent jackass, Jason Waterfalls. And down in the corner there, attempted to be unblurred, would be Miss Peanut, who's kind of waving. Gentlemen, how the fuck are you?
Another day in paradise.
You too?
Yeah.
Ah, man, I thought it was
Well,
just me.
On that note, tell us all about your week, man of many books.
Well, no, I just think that's everybody's like general consensus right now is just like going through life, just like
Yeah. I agree.
Probably accurate.
so. Yeah,
I do agree. How's life in the great Midwest there? Still doing your thing?
yeah. I mean, pretty much, day by day. You know how it goes.
I do.
What about you, Jason?
Yeah, still recovering from the last couple episodes of moving and unpacking.
Always fun.
Still do not.
Yeah.
I feel for you, but I don't feel for you. I'm glad it's not me.
Well, here we'll do that because what was it the last time there? There's
Oh,
Lots
that's there's been a lot of progress. You guys been busting your asses.
So
Yes, we have.
lots of clothes. That's essentially the closet. What's behind me is essentially the closet, which is also our second bedroom because
Because there are no closets.
here, hold on, where was it? Behind, see, there's like two. Where are they? See the two doors there?
See,
One of those is the door to the room. The other one's the only closet in the place.
Literally.
Legitimately,
Wow.
that's the only closet in the place. So that's why our closet's right there.
share with TJ what we were talking about before he joined. The other thing you discovered.
Oh well, we also don't have a vent from the above the
fucking God,
above
I'm
the
gonna shit in this
stove.
kitchen.
No vent above the stove. So it gets very cloudy in here when we make anything.
What is above your stove?
The ceiling
A shelf.
and a shelf.
Nothing useful.
No exhaust, so they're
No.
not making bacon anytime soon.
So
No.
hold on. When was this place built?
It was renovated this year.
They thought it was more important to put in really expensive window blinds than to do a kitchen correctly, apparently.
Ow! That's a slap moment.
Yeah.
That is a slap moment.
Never really all that. I mean, never really dawned on us until the last time when we made dinner and went.
We weren't really cooking much the first couple weeks we were in here because we weren't unpacked
So.
yet.
Yeah.
So we really haven't been
So,
cooking
yeah.
things. We've been eating frozen meals and ordering
Yeah.
takeout. Now that we've cooked, it's like every time we try, it's smoky as fuck. Smokey the Bear is gonna come up here and give me a fucking warning.
And there's no windows in your kitchen?
There is one right next to the stove. So essentially what we're gonna have to do is get a fan, open the window every time we cook, and just set the fan to blow out the window.
which will be
Yeah.
great in December.
That's about the only thing we can do.
Cooking in the winter is going to be wonderful.
Like I said, the kitchen's never going to be too hot.
Oh,
That's true.
you're gonna have some wonky ass food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, though. You know what I mean.
I do. I absolutely do. I just thought the phrasing was pretty good. Wonky ass food. That's pretty good.
Well, that's what it's gonna be though, because it's gonna be going like up, down, up, down, up, down. Oh,
So yeah.
Party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's see. So we got your week. That was kind of your week. Mine pretty much the same old shit. Only real fun thing I did was excuse me. Sorry. I did go to the stadium tour over the weekend, so we went down to San Antonio. Saw Joan Jett, Poison, Def Leppard, and Motley Crue.
how was that?
Actually, it was pretty damn good. Not gonna lie. It was in the Alamo Dome, which is huge, and so TJ, the Alamo Dome was pretty big. But the last time we went there, they had it was Tesla and the Scorpions, and for whatever reason, they had, instead of doing a stage the long way, right? So if you're thinking football field, like in an end zone, they did it facing lengthwise, and the sound was horseshit. It was horrible, just bad.
These were free tickets off the radio.
Yeah.
At the time, so.
So it was wanted to see them both. I was like, okay, cool, but the sound was just bad. You couldn't hear shit. But number one, fucking Motley Crue and Def Leppard don't fuck around when it comes to their sound. It's loud, it's obnoxious, especially for Motley Crue. It's loud and obnoxious. That's who they are. But they also, being that it was the stadium tour, the place was fucking packed, and they did it, the right way, all the way down one end, and then had like 8 sections on the floor, and then the stands and the mezzanine, and then we had the the super high, brought our binoculars seats. Because I got the stadium tour, for what you get, I mean, the tickets were expensive, right? They initially came out, I think the cheapest seats were $150-$200. I got these off of SeatGeek for $50 a ticket. So
for a lot of that with concerts, I mean, if I can hear the music, I mean, I'm not actually going there to watch somebody's facial expressions. I'm going there to listen to the music. So,
and it was great. Took the binoculars so we could see. They had big screens and what have you. So it was a good show. I thought it was going to be kind of, you knew Def Leppard, Motley Crue, because they had announced they were swapping who was the closing act like every other night. And so I thought, Joan Jett and Poison were going to play much shorter sets, but they both played for right about an hour. So enough to get in their hits. Both of them put on great fucking shows. They're out there, even though CC DeVille looks kind of fucking homeless right now. I don't know if you guys have seen some fucking pictures of him lately.
Imagine what Joe did.
Oh my god.
But I mean, you saw the crazy bleached spiky hair thing that he did in the 80s. Well, now it's long, halfway, it's down to like his fucking boobs, and just straight and long, and he's I don't know if he's trying to rip off Slash or what, but it's just a hat, and you're going, damn, dude, when was the last time you showered? But put on a hell of a show.
My question is, how did Vince Neil sound?
So here's the thing, because I had the same question, right? We've all seen videos of what Vince Neil sounded like when he was going around touring on his own, singing Motley Crue. And what I will say is Vince Neil's getting old. He starts off strong. He starts off and he's got he's got some pipes, right? He's still not enunciating every word, right? But he's hitting the notes, his tone's on. He's sounding pretty good. By the time he got to Dr. Feelgood, not so much, right? Like you could
Well,
tell,
yeah.
is, you know, okay, you know, and he's old and he's fat and he's winded, but I will give him more credit for trying what he's trying than I give when I saw David Lee Roth with Van Halen.
Oh,
And we all saw that
Oh.
debacle, like even when he did the Jimmy Kimmel Live fucking concert. It was 10 times
Oh.
worse. It was 10 times
Oh.
worse when you actually saw the show, right? So I'll give Vince, like I said, for the most part, his pipes are there. I just don't think he has the longevity that he used to, and for that matter, nobody does.
Well,
Joe Elliott from Def Leppard's got a great voice, but he's also fucking old, right? And he can't hit some of those same notes the same way he used to from the Hysteria tour.
what a dick.
But he's pretty fucking close, right? So
Hold on. Time out.
what?
Were you just talking about Vince Neil and the Hysteria tour?
No, I said Joe Elliott and the Hysteria tour because Joe Elliott is the
Oh,
lead singer
okay,
of Def Leppard.
okay. I missed that. Never mind.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna go with TJ just so we can make fun of you.
No, I said Joe Elliott, and I know this
Okay.
because the Hysteria tour was the first concert I ever saw.
What a fucking idiot.
Yeah, fucking A. Fuck you both. Fucking get your fucking headphones checked because they clearly aren't working. I said Joe Elliott.
Well, clearly your eyes aren't working if you just said check your headphones.
He's got headphones on. He's got AirPods.
Yeah, but they're AirPods. They're not headphones, and I'm not wearing headphones.
AirPods, fucking whatever. Speakers
Oh,
checked.
You
get
just
it-
got owned.
Get it right the first time.
You know what? Shut the fuck up.
You
Yeah,
shut the fuck
Jason.
See, look at that. Support from 1,500 miles away. Go, girl.
I have no idea what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Doesn't matter. You supported me, and I appreciate it.
Talking about how stupid peanuts are right now.
You're on the wrong side.
So
Anyways.
anyway, long story short, it was a good show.
What's the deal with airplane food? Oh wait, no, sorry.
It was a good show. I'm glad I got to go. Rounding out next week.
We're glad you got to go too.
Oh, you're so sweet. Next week I get to go to Five Finger Death Punch and Megadeth.
Nice.
Interestingly enough, opening up for them, Jason will appreciate this, and I don't know if TJ's a fan or not, is the Who, not Roger Daltrey, but the Mongolian band.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Who?
They put
Exactly.
on such a good show.
Who?
Exactly.
Who?
TJ's going, no, don't like him, never heard of him.
They are
I got
fantastic.
nothing.
So it's a thing, right? It's literally a band from Mongolia that combines some of their traditional instruments with, electric guitars and drums, and then literally one of the guys is one of those Mongolian throat singers.
It's awesome.
So it's like, wah, and
They do put on a good show.
Oh,
And
they're
there's-
fantastic.
and they're singing in
Guys on stage playing instruments and singing. It's crazy.
That's true.
singing in Chinese, Mongolian, whatever the fuck it is. But they've done a couple, like they came out with a couple things, and then I think Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm
She
did
covered
something-
one and then
did something with them, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
guy from Papa
Yeah,
Roach.
one too.
Yeah,
Oh, they're awesome.
There was a third one that somebody covered. I
Oh
can't
yeah.
remember who it was.
They did a couple covers of Metallica songs
Oh, yeah,
too,
they
which
did
are pretty good.
Metallica.
so yeah, but I wasn't going to go to that concert because it was the day Dad was going to be here before we go, but since they can't come, and SeatGeek again, crazy tickets, got tickets. Timeout. He's calling a timeout.
All of you talked over all of you. So, I heard nothing from that. It's great.
Who?
I got nothing.
There's some throat singing. Like, are we talking about porn? What the fuck is going
Yes.
on?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Oh my god.
Just wait till you get the dildo in the mail.
We start the fucking podcast.
Oh, we did. Didn't you hit record?
I did hit record this. We're
Okay.
recording.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Oh, you mean you want to get on topic?
Nah. Topic schmopic.
That's boring.
TJ, topic ninja. So anyway,
Well,
The
no,
silent-
now
the
I'm the
silent
topic
whisper.
ninja. Fucking Lynn just buries me right before I go.
I didn't say your topic was boring. I said going back on topic is boring.
What's the topic?
I don't know.
Something about gas station food, isn't it?
Go fuck yourself.
I mean, I could, but I don't think you want me to do that in the middle of the podcast.
Oh, well, if she's going to, I'll be right back. You guys keep going. What's the deal with gas station food?
so, some listeners going, wait a minute, go ahead, do it on the podcast. No.
I feel like with a blurred background, she could do like a lot of like weird shit that would just look odd.
I always am doing a lot of weird shit, just not that kind of weird
Well,
shit.
yeah, you know.
I can honestly say that would be a listener's view, but I'm gonna say no, please don't do that kind of shit.
Can we start the podcast for fuck's sake?
Yeah, oh my god, guys, let's get back on topic.
Oh, the push broom is angry. It's an angry broom.
You
Some
wouldn't.
people just want to watch the world burn. It's me. I'm people.
You wouldn't like the push broom when it's angry.
Oh God,
I
I'm
don't know.
dying.
So, gas.
So
station.
hey, have you guys ever eaten food from a gas station?
Let's talk about music, guys. Never
Who?
mind this topic.
Who?
Fuck this topic.
Who?
Let's talk about music, guys.
Okay.
Hey, I just talked about gas station food.
TJ,
Yeah,
you
you
you're
did.
very type A. Is this true?
What?
Do you like things just so, TJ? Do you get mad if things are out of place?
Don't look at me.
She's talking to you, push broom.
I mean, clearly, well, I mean, he must. I mean, that's a lot. Those books are very organized.
They do look pretty organized.
See? There you go.
I think she's asking you if you're obsessive compulsive.
Not me.
I
Oh, he
think he
actually
left.
left.
Oh no. Was I that mean?
I don't think so. Maybe he'll be back. I don't know.
We'll find out. I might get kicked off the podcast. Sorry, guys.
Just wait a moment. On that note, I'll have a sip of my beer.
Wow.
Alrighty then. Well, not like I feel like if we start talking about the topic and he comes back in and we're talking about the topic, is going to be mad.
No, well, I mean, he wanted to get back on topic, so
Now I feel bad.
I got nothing. I don't even know what to say right now. Maybe he'll come back. Maybe he won't. I don't know.
I don't
Like
know.
sands through the hourglass. These are the days of our lives. Oh, goodness.
All right.
Interesting.
All right. Oh, well.
Well, I'll steal his topic. It was his idea.
Might as well.
because he's kind of got a point. The hell's up with gas station food?
Well, I mean, it probably depends on the gas station because, yeah, I mean, you can go the garden variety of just the normal shit you can pick up. Like, well, it'll probably also, well, like I said, it depends on the gas station because, like, if you go to just a normal gas station, like, the one up here, like Sheets, they don't do too bad. You're not expecting much, but they don't do
Right.
too bad. But then, of course, if you go to like a, like a country fair or one of the just like an actual gas station that's trying to pass it off, that's when you get into like the weeds of going, I'm not quite sure if this is actually food or if it's just flavored to be like food or
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that's probably. I mean, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head, right? It depends on because down here you got number one, you got Bucky's, right? So if you've never heard of Bucky's, Buccees, Google it. These things are the size of fucking Walmarts, and they have about 124 gas pumps.
Oh well, yeah, that's
Not
we don't have
not
anything.
even
Everything.
not even exaggerating. Like they've got. He's not coming back, is he?
Yeah.
Uh, literally, they've got 124 gas pumps. Like one of them is a whole island of ethanol-free fuel. And then there's another one that's got ethanol, but there's so if you go prepay, right, you go up and you say, put $20 on pump, whatever, that every cashier has got a whole thing right there, and they pull up a fucking camera that's pointed at that pump, like that your car, to make sure they don't put it on the wrong fucking pump.
Interesting.
Because chances are, if it's on the wrong pump, someone's going to pull up to that fucking pump and pump your gas.
Yeah, we don't have anything that big.
And so their thing, their thing is, I probably more designed to compete with like the Loves and Flying J's of the world. That you got you got ridiculously huge restrooms that are always sparkling clean. So they're one of their big things. They've got a whole knick-knack section and a clothing section. They got all kinds of shit. Like I said, the thing's the size of a Walmart. But then they've also got ridiculously good food, and like they've got kiosks you can order from. They've got a barbecue station in the middle that they're always chopping brisket and pulling pork and making sandwiches.
Jesus.
They got another station over on the side that's fucking roasting nuts, so fucking pecan pralines and cinnamon covered cashews and all that shit.
You got to appreciate roasting nuts.
They got a whole other fudge station with all kinds of fucking fudge.
This is a gas station?
Yes.
Jesus
and then
Christ.
the piece de la resistance is you look over and there's what looks like a deli case that you would see like at your local grocery store. You'd walk up and you'd pick, give me half pound of ham, half pound of turkey, whatever. So they have that deli case, and it's a good 15 feet long, maybe more, and it's filled with different kinds of jerky. Nothing but jerky.
I think we need to go on a trip.
This doesn't sound like a gas station to me.
It's like a mecca.
I mean, if you're the size of, I'm assuming you're probably exaggerating, but even if it is close to the size of a Walmart, I mean, that's not really a gas station anymore. I mean, I would at least hope if you're
resort.
Yeah, if you're actually running something that big, I would hope you would actually have something better than, just walking in and seeing a bunch of hot dogs on a roller.
No roller grill.
Yeah,
No,
see,
no roller grill on this one. But yeah, it's insane, and they'll advertise, 100 miles from where, like, hey, you need to stop, 85 miles, and and they got funny billboards. Goes, ain't no potty like a Bucky's potty. 75 miles.
Good
right.
Lord.
But yeah, so you got the fucking beef jerky, and there's not even beef. There's beef. There's turkey. just a smorgasbord there of, plain, spicy, peppered, lemon pepper. Here's hill country style. Here's teriyaki. Here's hot and spicy. Here, fucking whatever. And you just walk up and like, yeah, give me a half pound of that. Give me whatever. And if you're too lazy to do that, then they've got pre-bagged on the wall.
Jesus.
It's just a fucking ton of it, and it's all delicious. It's
DJ,
all.
what do you think? Oh, I don't know. Never
Wait,
mind.
you coming back?
Never mind.
And DJ hasn't experienced these. I don't think he went to one before he left. So in that instance, like, and again, the food there is always good. I mean, they know they've got a thing going, right? And they've always got advertisements up. They pay really, really well, and they're always busy. But so that kind of gas station food I'm cool with. Now, I remember when the quote unquote fresh food was first coming to gas stations, right? Before you had the Deli Express sandwiches, which were sealed in that little container, and you weren't sure how long they'd been there. But then every now and then someone would have fruit, or
I always love the kind of afterthought fruit, like Sheets. That's the one at least around here, and it's always kind of the same thing because they do the normal, the bags of chips. Now they're much smaller, at least as far as size wise, than a place that actually has a fudge station and is chopping brisket. But they don't do that. But they've got like decent, like milkshakes and shit. They got the normal setup.
Yeah.
But then there's like the end cap off the, like, actually, if I remember correctly, it's an end cap that's connected off the side of the fucking donut station, and it's got like really sad looking bananas and apples in it. I mean,
please take yesterday's fruit.
I understand the effort, but it's like I mean, by then, come on. It's not so much the plus at least where it's at, you walk half the time I don't see it.
Yeah.
I'll be standing there waiting for food because they do like a little touchscreen thing where you can order, sandwiches and shit like that. And it's when you're waiting that I kind of look over. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. They got fruit here.
See, that just goes to show Sheets like that. We have a similar concept here that's like that called QT, QuickTime. Same kind of deal, nicer, up a little bit more of upscale gas station. Still has the roller grill with all that shit on it, but then they've also got a few kiosks where you can order food that they'll make for you right there, or they've got a warmer section. But I think that goes to kind of show where gas station food has kind of progressed to. Because if we go back, if we do the Wayne's World back in time,
watch the microphone,
right? If I think back to my 7-Eleven days, and they had just figured out or put a program in place for where you would get fresh donuts delivered every day, and then sandwiches delivered every day that were only good for 24 hours. So like the Deli Express comes in that sealed plastic, package, and it's probably good for a fucking week or some shit. I don't know. 7-Eleven's like, hey, if we can do better. So they started with the donuts, which were pretty good, and then they expanded it into, there were a few different kinds of sandwiches and some wraps, and basically you'd have to order by a certain time to get them delivered in the overnight hours so they'd be ready for the next day. And where it got to was some pretty decent, good quality shit, because again, none of it was being there more than 24 hours. But it started, like, one of the first things they did, and this is picturesque gas station food. Do you have a lot of 7-Elevens up there?
No.
Okay. So down here, they're everywhere, right? Because they're headquartered in Dallas anyway.
I did in 2016 have Thanksgiving dinner at a 7-Eleven.
Oh my god.
That
In
sounds
Virginia-
like
in
a
Virginia.
story.
Well, it was one of the, we took the ex and I, we took a trip to Virginia Beach. And by the time we had gotten that, it was going for around Thanksgiving, not realizing that if you try to go out to dinner on Thanksgiving, not a whole lot of options that are open.
Yeah, true.
So we ended up bringing back to our hotel room a bunch of 7-Eleven food because that's all we could find that was actually. I don't even think like some of the fast food places were open, like Burger King or anything like that.
Most
So
of them
like drove
closed.
on, kind of did the pass around because we had
Yeah.
actually driven my Jeep down there, so I had my car. And we were driving around, nothing open. So we ended up, we got the old 7-Eleven taquitos and whatever the hell was off the roller for Thanksgiving in 2016. So, but no, that was one of my main. Actually, there's at least a few in Vegas because I stopped at one. But at least around here, like northwest or northeast, northeast Ohio, northwest Pennsylvania. There we go.
There it is.
Okay, got the
Twister.
geography. Not a lot of them, if any. I'm not sure
There's
if they're
still some.
Yeah, they're very
Huge-
few and far between.
Huge down here, right? Founded in Dallas, so they're huge down here. So they have their fresh food program, and they're throwing shit at the wall to see if it sticks. And when I first started working for them, they were promoting this food product like hard. And let me just try and describe this fucking thing. It was called a pizza. P apostrophe EATZZA.
Okay.
And the premise was
was this based in Wakanda?
right. The premise was it was a sandwich, but the bread was 2 cold pizza slices that were inverted. So you had cold pizza, right? Belly meat, and then cold pizza, but it was, if this was the cheese and all that, it was smashed between. So on the outsides was the bottom of the pizza, and then there was like fucking ham or something else in between these cold pieces of pizza. And
that just I don't know.
so it was
I get the rationale behind it, but no.
It was this pizza sandwich, and they were like, hey, if you don't like it cold, you can throw it in the microwave, and there was a setting for the microwave on it. But it was literally 2 slices of fucking pizza with some meat in between it, and then slapped together.
That's essentially somebody who worked for 7-Eleven going, okay, we can't keep throwing away all this day old pizza.
I don't remember how long it lasted.
We've got to have some way to use it.
I don't remember how long it lasted, and there were probably 2 or 3 different ones. Like one of them would have like pepperoni and salami in it, another one was ham, and they just we got to sell these pizzas, and I'm just going, it's just a horrible fucking idea. I'll try.
Well, yeah. Good luck.
But that was kind of the initial thought of gas station food, right? Was some wacky, off the wall kind of thing, or it was the roller grill. Now,
well, it almost makes you wonder if like places like that, at least like places, because there's at least one around like Pittsburgh called Wawa.
I've heard of them.
There's Wawa.
I hear good things.
Sheetz is around us, which again, like I said, it's not gourmet, but I mean, they do a pretty decent job depending on what you get. So it makes me wonder if like Sheetz and like Wawa, well, GetGo for the local grocery store around here, Giant Eagle, they started a little gas station where they have kind of the whole thing with the food too, and it always makes you kind of wonder if that's what some of their answers were to the idea of the sketchy gas station food, was to kind of go, well, we're a gas station, but ours, we have like higher end food or actually prepared food. Like
Right.
it makes you wonder
Right.
if that's the idea behind it.
No, I agreed 1,000,000%, right? Because that was kind of the thing of you had some weird, sketchy food or something that had been there forever, or it was the roller grill, right? And now to me, again, having done this before, but to me, the roller grill is a genius fucking invention, provided that the attendant actually fucking manages it properly, right? Like, no one wants a fucking hot dog that's been on that grill for fucking 8 hours.
Well, either that or don't turn it up, because I actually had, it was someplace I was helping out at one point where they did hot dogs or whatever. When I started the thing up, I must have turned it up too high.
Oh God.
So everything, within like a half an hour, everything had this like shriveled to the point where they sunk between the actual the roller pin.
Oh God.
Yeah. Don't turn one of those up. Turn it on
It's
low.
hot dog jerky.
Turn it on low, kids. That's low and slow.
The funniest part of the whole deal, though, is that like especially 7-Eleven has oh God, they taught us something about it, but they have their own unique blend of spices that goes into their hot dogs, right? And if you do it the way it's supposed to be done, they're actually pretty good fucking hot dogs, to tell you the truth. But again, the problem there is very simple. No one manages it.
Well, yeah, of course.
Or it's turned up too high, or they forget to put the sign up that says, hey, these aren't ready yet. Get these other ones over here. Right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, no, yeah. I mean, obviously for stuff like that, yes, it takes a certain amount of keeping an eye on it.
Yeah.
Of course,
And
whoever puts the stuff on it doesn't think it's their job, and nobody else thinks it's their job. And oh yeah.
Yeah, it winds up being an afterthought, going, oh shit. That was beat into our heads pretty hard. Working for 7-Eleven. I'm trying to find this picture. Oh, there we go. Got it.
So wait, did you check the hot dogs? No, I thought you checked the hot dogs.
Yeah. Oh shit, right? So you brought up an interesting point, and I had to go searching for this fucking picture. You brought up an interesting point about the way some of these gas stations are perceived, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
And like, Buc-ee's wants to compete, hey, come stop here. We're huge. We're going to have super clean restrooms. We get all your food, kind of a travel center type of deal, right? And so at one point in my life, I was doing some extensive traveling and for work, and I'd fly somewhere on Monday, and then depending on what was going on, I'd stay there until Wednesday, and Wednesday I'd either drive somewhere else if it was close enough, or I'd get on another fucking plane to go there, and then I'd fly home on Friday. It sucked.
What? Yeah, that sounds like it would suck.
And I was driving somewhere in between, and I passed this gas station, and I had to turn around. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. You got to be fucking kidding me. Now, before I show you this picture, and this is 100% real, I gotta say that I was told that it's supposed to be real nice, it's supposed to be nice and clean and all that kind of stuff. But I'm telling you, I'm not fucking stopping. It's not happening. Based on their name alone. Oh, let me turn off.
No, I saw it. Yeah, they'll come and go.
Yeah. Are you fucking kidding me?
I've seen those. Actually, we passed by a few of them on the way back when we drove from Vegas to here.
Yeah, I think they're pretty big. So, what the hellions that aren't watching this on YouTube, again, I'm going to bitch at you. Why not? Number one. Number two, I'm holding up a picture that's on my phone that I took of a gas station called Come and Go. The problem with this thing is it's spelled K-U-M.
Now, so you would have to at least ask, because is that like an abbreviation of a name? Is that some kind of family that
I've got a whole theory in my head that I won't repeat.
I was just say, I mean, unless it's some kind of abbreviated family name, or actually, the KUM is somehow their actual family name. I'm like, who in their right mind would actually go, you know what I'm thinking?
No, that someone was sitting at the boardroom table, and no one on the board was able to go, excuse me, here's why this is a bad idea.
Whoever that was is the same kind of person who would spell something with it that ends in an S with a Z.
Yeah. It's there was a DJ down here. He called them, it's a send it around the room moment. Like, let's send this idea around the room and let everybody really say what they think, because there's going to be one person that's going to go, eh, and there's the one person that needs to speak up. And
Oh yeah.
the example he used, which is funny as hell, was the Mr. Bucket toy commercial from the early 80s. Do you remember this thing?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So Mr. Bucket was a motorized bucket
Yeah.
with a
Oh, yeah.
face,
Yeah. Yes.
right? And so it was designed for little kids, and the idea would be that you would load the bucket with balls that came with it, and the bucket would spit it out of the face, and the kid would go get it and put it back in the bucket.
Yeah.
Right?
Like a good one.
Goofy enough little toy. The problem was the theme song that they used.
I don't remember the theme song.
Mr. Bucket, you put your balls in my mouth, Mr. Bucket.
Ah, that's right.
And this
Ah, the
shit
good old days.
and this shit went out on TV because no one in the boardroom was going, wait a minute, time out.
Yeah.
They didn't do the TJ timeout to say, here's why this is a bad idea. And clearly
Yeah.
someone that named Come and Go did not send it around the room, because there would be at least a couple guys in there that would go, wait a minute.
Well, we're going to find out it was the same company.
Oh, I mean, I've got a whole like running joke thing that I put in the back of my head. I won't do it on the podcast because it's racially insensitive.
Yeah.
And I don't want to come across the scenes like I think it's funny as hell, and I'll tell it to close friends, but I'm not putting it out there on the fucking internet.
Well,
right?
That's probably a bad idea.
You know, but I mean, someone clearly in that instance, because again, I heard it was great, I heard it was clean and everything else, but I'm not going in there. I don't fucking care. They may have the best fucking fresh donut or fresh food on the planet, but I'm not getting it. No, thank you.
That's almost the exact opposite of that, because there was one of those ones where things are named kind of oddly. There was that Oreo commercial from like years ago.
Oh yeah,
I love that commercial.
where they were talking about naming the Oreo, and everybody was going around the room, and one guy had a mouthful, and they're like, "What do you think?" Whatever his name was, he's like, "Oreo," and everybody went, "Ah."
That's pretty good.
That's almost the exact opposite, where the actual accident that happened was actually a good thing.
Yeah.
I got this idea where the place will go, come and go, because that's what people will do there. But I got this thing about how I want to spell it. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Because
Thank God they didn't use this.
You expect the other side of the sign to say large adult section in the back.
Jesus. Yeah.
So I'm not eating any food from there.
Well,
It's
but
not
then
happening.
of course, you kind of wonder the idea behind, we're talking about it.
Yeah, shock factor, right?
Bad press is good press, or whatever.
There's no such thing as bad press.
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
Yeah.
The idea that that's the kind of thing with just about anything like that, whether it's a celebrity, whether it's a store name like that, whatever it is, and it's like, oh, that's so stupid, and that's so blah blah blah, and that's so this, and it's such bullshit, and somebody stops and goes, but yeah, we're talking about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I wouldn't eat food. I'm not eating any food from there.
No.
The one thing I still don't see, and I mean it's like a rule, right? There were some food rules, like you don't get nachos at the movie theater.
Oh yeah.
And then the other one that's a long-standing rule that hasn't been solved, that I will not be the person to solve, is you don't eat gas station sushi.
Oh well, no.
Right?
You
Now-
get sketchy, even if you do grocery store sushi, can be sketchy sometimes. So gas
The-
station, no.
Yeah, I not good. I don't even think any of ours down here even try it anymore.
Yeah, there's at least like one of that local grocery store here, Giant Eagle. They have like a little sushi.
Oh, yeah.
Sushi section.
Have
Man,
another-
brother's face.
have another
A
beer.
sushi section. Sushi section. There we go. Good God.
Say that
But-
5 times fast.
Yeah. No. That.
All right.
In a pinch, it's not terrible. But
Yeah.
I don't walk in going, I don't know. This grocery store sushi is top notch. Blah, no.
I will say that our main grocery store on here, HEB, does that, but they've also got it. It's a whole stand that's staffed all day long, and these guys just sitting there making it and putting it out, and it's actually pretty fucking good.
Well,
I-
actually, like I said, I mean, in a pinch, like I said,
Yeah,
not bad. The stuff we have right here, not bad.
Yeah.
Great? No, not great either, but not bad. But they actually have. I keep wondering too because they actually do have a guy. Wherever the thing is with all the stuff sitting there, there's a guy behind the counter who's actually, I guess, is actually making it. I don't know. Either that or he's just back there with the counter just high enough that all he's doing is just moving his hands, and we all go, sushi. All right.
I'll do the grocery store. I'll do our local grocery store because it's pretty good. But yeah,
Is it
gas
weird that
station.
He's also stereotypically Asian.
And you know what? I would agree with that. Because yes, that's definitely the case here too.
Which, I mean, I'm not suggesting that it should or shouldn't be, but you kind of go, okay, is that because of the idea that it's sushi, or is he actually like
a trained sushi
You know
chef?
what I mean? Yeah.
Well, that's like you ever hear
I
of
would hope somebody's not being insensitive, but
you ever hear of the comedian Rodney Carrington?
Oh yeah.
Love Rodney Carrington. I've seen him live a couple times, but he's got a joke that he was out traveling and he goes, one of these, I don't know, fucking they cook in front of you restaurants, right? He's Chinese, Japanese, whatever, they fucking cook in front of you. And he goes, the problem was some redneck looking like me came out to cook. And he goes, I'm saying, what the hell happened? Ching Li gets sick. You don't go to fucking Disney World and hope to see Chuck E. Cheese filling in for Mickey Mouse. You want the real shit.
It's a good joke. I mean,
not mine.
That's actually kind of true, though. I mean, I don't know if the guy's actually making it or not, but yeah, I mean, there is like this weird, for lack of a better word, reassurance. You're like, oh, okay, he probably knows it better. He probably knows how to make sushi better than Cheryl, over there at the meat counter.
Right.
But,
little racial bias going on. And you see it all the time because like half of the hibachi restaurants down here, the guys that come out and cook in front of you are Mexicans.
Well, yeah,
and they cook just fine. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything bad. And I'm a white guy. I make better salsa than most of the Mexicans I know.
See there.
And I can say that I'm married to one, and so I'm part of the family. And I kick all their asses with salsa.
Then it's official.
But that all having been said, you're right. There's something there where you come on and go, oh, okay, this is gonna be fucking good.
Mm-hmm. And it depends on the place.
Yeah.
Because it depends on the name, depends on what I mean. You can also probably judge it by, kind of like the size of the building.
Oh yeah,
because like the one you were talking about, where if it's the size of Walmart, you kind of expect to walk in and just kind of be overwhelmed to go, oh wow, there's this, there's it, all that kind of stuff. So if I'm walking into essentially something that kind of just looks like a small gas station, then yeah, I'm gonna walk in expecting hot dogs on rollers and stupid shit like that.
Yeah, definitely the old I think of old. You don't even see them here anymore, but I think of the Midwest. Service stations. They had a little fucking store in the corner.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
They had
Yep.
two
Yep.
they had two mechanics bays, and then you could go over here and they had, one cooler with fucking sodas. They had,
Yep.
every brand of cigarettes behind the counter and maybe a few bags of chips if you were lucky. And you'd run over there in a pinch, right? That's where don't eat gas station sushi came from, is a place
Oh
like
yeah.
that. Don't fucking do it. So
Yeah. No.
but
Don't.
it's crazy to think that we've come from that all the way up to these places that got the kiosks on them and are making
Oh yeah.
decent fucking barbecue sandwiches and fucking jerky and you name it, right? They got a whole thing going on.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They got
Again, I'm not even necessarily saying like going in with a lower expectation, but there, like I said, there's been a couple times at least walking out of Sheets where I'm like, that actually wasn't too bad.
yeah
You kind of go, all right, like it's enough. Like it's enough that okay, not even necessarily in a pinch. We've actually just been driving home at one point and went like, where do you want to stop for dinner? And we're gonna drive by like a Sheets, and we go, yeah, let's. Yeah. I mean, it's usually pretty good. Let's go stop there.
yeah
So it's at least enough.
yeah it's quick enough, it's easy enough, don't feel like cooking. You walk up and the
Well,
roller grill stuff doesn't look like Jason cooked it.
yeah, exactly. Well, then, I mean, even with that, compare that to some of the fast food places around here anyway. I mean, it's not a whole lot different.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's actually a good point. In a lot of cases, it's no different. It's the same fucking product.
I mean, that place is busy. I mean, if you stop in the morning, I mean, all the guys who are going to like, any of like the whether it's like industrial jobs, there's always trucks there in the morning. Of the guys
Right.
who are stopping there to at least like load up, and oh yeah, they're like lined up around like waiting for their kiosk food.
Well, then there's I would call it an extension of gas station food, right? Because and this is still huge out there. There's some of those microwave burritos that
Oh
are
yeah.
that are sitting there in the cooler. I don't fucking care. Some of those are really good. I know it's a fucking train wreck for you and you're gonna pay for it later. But they
Of
got
course.
that one that's like that fucking long called
Oh yeah.
I think it's called the bomb. You pay like $3 for that, throw in a fucking microwave for a minute and a half, and you got, just a bunch of deliciousness in your face.
You've got
And,
both sides are hot, but the middle is still frozen.
yeah, yeah, more than
Just
likely.
like every hot pocket I've ever heated up.
There's like this extension. We had it when I was in the army, and I see them some around here. In the army, we called it the roach coach, but it was essentially a pickup truck that had modified the back, and they'd pull into the motor pool and open it up, and they'd have coffee and this, and then there would be the hot section with some of those fucking burritos in it, and there's chips over here, and there's
Oh
fruit,
yeah.
fruit, and they'd pull into the motor pool, honk that horn, and 200 motherfuckers would come running
Oh, of course.
to grab
Oh,
grab something off the fucking roach coach. They got a company down here. It's bigger than that, but they call it Snappy Snacks. It looks more like a food truck, but same same kind of thing. And you're like you knew it was you knew more than likely you're going to pay for it later.
yeah. Oh yeah,
But
of course.
but you still
I mean, you
went.
gotta kind of have that expectation depending on what you're buying.
Yeah.
I mean, you run that risk going to Taco Bell, so I mean, come on.
No, that's a guarantee at Taco Bell. It should be written
Yeah, I
down
mean,
somewhere.
a frozen burrito compared to like taco. I mean, come on, you've got whether it's a better chance or not of paying for it later. I mean, you're going to either way. So
Yeah. And sometimes it's worth it when you're just that fucking hungry.
well, that's very true. That's very true.
Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy to think how far it's come.
Well, oh god, yeah. I mean, between like I said, between any of the the Wawa Sheets and what you're talking about. I mean, yeah, it's so strange because I mean they actually have people staffed to just run by and make the,
Yep.
it's not somebody just like unpacking a pack of hot dogs and sticking them on rollers and walking away. They got people who are, going back and forth, the fryers and doing whatever. They've actually got the stations to do their coffee and milkshakes and shit.
Oh yeah.
At least, and some of theirs, again, you're not really expecting much, but they've got like during the winter or whatever, they'll do like a Reese's hot chocolate, and it's like, fucking hell, is it good?
Yeah. And I think that just shows the progression of everything, right? Where
Oh yeah,
it's not just something that comes in frozen that you throw on a roller grill or you thaw out. And the cooking technology at that also at that point has come so far, right? We're not just microwave anymore. Now you got these speed ovens,
Oh, yeah.
which are combined microwaves, toasters. Everybody has like QT has a whole in the middle of it a whole section that's like a kitchen, and you see a couple of sandwich units, you see a couple of pizza ovens with the old treadmill type thing on it.
Yep.
And then there's a couple of these speed ovens where you throw a sandwich in there and it's a combination microwave toaster, so it heats up everything and then it toasts it, so it's like a really good cooked sandwich. And yeah, they're they're opening a fucking bag of meat and putting it in a pan and then laying it on there. But again, it's as long as you're doing it right, if you got a good quality piece of meat and all that, you're gonna come out with something that's pretty fucking tasty.
Well, hell, even if you consider the things like either like Subway or Quiznos.
Yeah.
They're doing is like running it through.
Yeah,
that
Quiznos had the treadmill oven, and Subway's got the speed ovens.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And it's like, and again, it's another one of those ones where, depending on what you get, that stuff doesn't come out bad.
No, it's just the cooking technology has gotten to that point to where, if you've got the thing programmed right, I have extensive experience with both of those kinds of ovens. If you got it programmed right and you got the treadmill speed set right combined with the temperature, like when you're dealing with pizza, dough is king. It's got to go through that oven at the right fucking temperature.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise it doesn't rise right and it becomes fucking funky. But if you've got the settings just right and you follow a process, which is really all cooking really is, if you think about it, it's following a fucking process.
Very true.
You're going to come out with some really good shit. And if we can dumb it down to the point where these little gas stations come out with like, hey, this is pretty fucking good. Especially if you can get it made, especially if you can get it made that good and that quick.
Well, yeah, that's very true. And some of them, like I said, they've got it down to a pretty decent science enough. Well, and again, enough that it suits its purpose. It's actually decent, and it makes you want to go back. So,
well, yeah,
it's some kind of winning combination.
There's a product I see. I know 7-Eleven has it. A couple of other convenience store chains around me have it, and QT has it. But they have this buffalo chicken roller, which is, formed and shaped chicken with, I think it's Monterey Jack cheese inside, and then the outside is buffalo chicken, buffalo flavored, like breadcrumbs that are on it. And it just sits on the fucking roller grill and does its thing. Oh, it's amazing. As long as you get it right, and most of them here are pretty good about don't grab anything behind this point because they're still cooking. But get it. Yeah. I'm like, I don't even want the fucking bun. I'll just gnaw on it like it's a fucking chicken.
Oh yeah. That's all I was thinking. I wasn't even thinking of actually putting it in a bun.
So fucking good. And like the taquito game, right? You talked about the 7-Eleven taquitos.
Oh yeah.
Which again, I thought were phenomenal, right? Provided you follow the process, thaw them out, get them on there, leave them on there the right amount of time. They're good. 10 minutes over that amount of time, and they're not fucking good anymore, and you're getting gas station food again.
Yeah. They make a decent Thanksgiving dinner,
right? But yeah, there's some good shit
in a
out there.
pinch. In a pinch, they make a good dinner.
Hey,
if you didn't totally think it through on a trip,
no judgment. You want to have taquitos for Thanksgiving dinner? Have taquitos. No judgment.
7-Eleven to the rescue.
Well, shit. Now they've even got another whole section, right? They've still got the roller grill, but now because they've got those speed ovens, they're doing wings, they're doing pizzas.
Oh yeah.
They're doing all kinds of shit down here like that now. everyone's trying to get a piece of it, because the one thing that hasn't gone up, in inflation in this world, is the amount of time you get for lunch when you're in corporate America.
Oh well, yeah, that's true.
And it's just
Yeah,
fuck, I got 30 fucking minutes, and that's not enough time for shit unless I got, I don't know, hot dog off the roller grill, a bag of chips and a Coke.
Yep.
Because
I know
all the
she dealt
fucking
with it a lot because I think you only had like a half an hour at school, didn't you?
That's why I always took my lunch. I
Yeah.
never went out and got it. There
Yeah.
wasn't time.
Oh yeah, when you're a fucking teacher, you ain't got time for nothing.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I'd be like, I gotta go take a shit. I can't leave. What am I gonna do? First world problems.
I don't know. What are you gonna do?
Probably hold it and suffer great internal distress.
Yeah. Don't we all?
Wait for them to go out for recess and then spend the whole time on the toilet looking like fucking Jeff Daniels and Dumb and Dumber.
Oh well, yeah. Yeah. Which is probably only gonna get worse with our age.
Yeah, well, the fact of the matter, I eat too much spicy shit as it is, so I ask for it. And that's
Oh yeah.
that kind of plays into the topic too. So if we know what the consequences are going to be, why do we put ourselves through it? Like, I know what's going to happen to me when I eat Chipotle. But here's the thing. I fucking love Chipotle.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Yep.
I am perfectly okay with grabbing one of those burritos, knowing that because I get the hottest salsa later on, I'm going to pay for it. At the moment I'm eating it, I really don't fucking care.
Well, no, of course not, because you're not actually paying. It's well, it could go back to the same thing of like people who eat, hot wings or do the one chip challenge or whatever the hell else, and it's like I have no desire to.
No.
I have no desire to try it. I've seen it enough and watched enough people like that show. Well, we talked about it before, that show Hot Ones, and I'm like,
love that show.
You go about halfway, I'm good. The other five, no.
Yeah. Once you get to number 7 or 8, which is always the bomb beyond insanity, and you watch everybody start, and they've upped their game so much now that they've added sound effects when they see people starting to suffer. Like they zoom in and they give a little boom, boom, boom,
Nope. Yep. But yeah, I mean, well, and it kind of goes with this. I mean, that's almost the same argument to kind of go, somebody knows what they're getting into if they're going to go on that show, or somebody knows what they're going to do to do the one chip challenge, and it's like, but I just sometimes I don't know. I mean, there's that weird. I don't know if it would be called a nostalgia, whatever, nostalgia, or whatever it is. I'm not exactly sure. Because I mean, half the time, depending on what you're eating, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but you do it anyway.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we've probably talked about it. TJ and I would go to the wing place here, Pluckers, and I can't even do it. And here's the fact that I'm getting old. I used to get their regular buffalo hot all the time, which is pretty fucking hot. I can't do it now.
Mm-mm.
It's too fucking hot. And then they've got Fire in the Hole, which is their hot plus diced serranos and habaneros mixed in.
Oh God!
Right. My son ate some of those because I used to be pretty good at handling spicy shit. Now I'm getting I can't do it. But I also know I'm going to pay for it afterwards.
Well, yeah, but I mean, even if you're good at handling spicy food, I mean, there's still got to be a certain level to where it's like, why, if you're sitting there either sweating or begging somebody for milk or, trying to devour an entire loaf of bread or, whatever the hell it is, like, why? I don't, I mean, I get it, obviously for like Hot Ones, it's just the, it's the show. Yeah, it's the show business factor. It's it's all of that, whatever, it's the performance.
Yeah.
People who I just no. I've got no desire to test those limits.
It's to me, it's got to be a balance of spice and flavor.
Oh yeah, of course.
If like you give me something that's spicy, that's got a ton of fucking flavor, I'm great. Let's go. I'm in. I don't want heat for the sake of heat, just to say I'm so tough that I did it. No, thank you.
No.
No, thank
I
you.
don't need that. I don't need that badge of honor.
No, I don't need to be on the wall of flame.
I survived the one chip challenge. Who gives a shit?
Good for you.
I could give a fuck.
I'm
less.
I'm happy for you that you did it. Good for you. I'm not doing it because it's double suffering. It's just as hot coming out as it is going in.
Yeah, no.
I prefer to go to the moon in a real rocket, not because I launched myself there.
Well, yeah. See, there you go. That's exactly right.
But it's crazy, right? That's the other part of it that just what extreme is next, right? Like what's the next? No, first it was habanero was the hottest. Now we got ghost peppers and scorpion peppers and fucking whatever else.
Oh, what?
And again,
the ghost pepper. What? There was Carolina Reaper.
Carolina Reaper.
Well, and it was kind of funny because once you get to that certain point between like habanero, then you get up to like Reapers, and you get up to like the ghost pepper. Then it's like, at what point do you kind of go, why?
Yeah.
Why are we making one hotter than this other one?
And what's this shit really doing to our insides?
Well, again, if it's causing that much stress while you're eating it,
it's like you're sitting there, you're eating a ton of fucking sour candy and wonder why your gums are bleeding.
Yeah.
Speaking of sour candy, these fucking things are amazing.
Let's check that out.
You must. I require you do it. If I can get, if I turn off the moon, it probably won't.
That's not too much. Yeah, it's fine.
But sour zappin' apple, sour slammin' strawberry, sour screaming cherry, juicy lemon, green limeade, sour sucker punch, sour power pineapple, sour watermelon, wipeout, grape soda, and shocking raspberry is what they call them all. Quite tasty.
I was gonna say I support that.
Quite tasty. Yeah, that's where I wonder, kind of putting it all together and trying to put a bow on it. We've come from, really fucking shitty food at a service station to, fresh brisket on the chopping board.
Oh yeah.
What's next? Gordon Ramsay's, gas and steak. I don't fucking know.
I mean, I don't necessarily see that not happening. I could actually absolutely see that happening. You get that's going to be the next thing, because they've got all the shows on there. Everybody's got their restaurants and like shit like that. It's going to be the next Guy Fieri thing, or the next Gordon Ramsay, or whoever, Bobby Flay, and blah blah. Everybody's going to start coming out with their brand of gas station.
Yeah, come over here, get a fucking tank of gas, a quart of oil, and some foie gras.
Yeah. Like it's not coming. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I'm waiting for the days, and I know it's science fiction, but I don't give a shit. I'm waiting for the Star Trek days when you just go over to a machine and type in whatever you want, and it just fucking makes it appear.
And there's still, even when we have the option of that, there's still going to be people who actually just want to get something that's just going to torch their ass.
Yes, there absolutely will be.
I mean, what's next with that? Actually, just people eating peppers that are actually literally on fire.
Well, I mean, people are drinking drinks that are on fire. It never ends well.
There you go.
That never ends well.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, dumbass, you're supposed to put the fire out before you drink it. That way you don't fucking burn your goatee off.
Makes for a better show if they don't.
Makes for a pretty good episode of ridiculousness, watching everybody fucking burn their fucking face off.
That's also true.
Gas station food. What's next? At some point, gas station sushi will be acceptable. We'll have to change the phrase.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt.
Who knows what comes after that? It's craziness. It's all right though.
Right?
And the reason it's so successful is we fucking buy it.
Oh, of course, of
That's what it
course.
boils down to.
That's
Like
again.
you,
I mean, yeah, that
you don't think twice. The whole reason convenience stores exist, it's in the name. Convenience. You know you're going to pay more getting your gallon of milk at 7-Eleven than you do if you go to the grocery store. But
oh yeah.
go to the grocery store, park, fucking walk all the way over there, walk all the way to the back, get in
Oh,
the
yeah.
fucking long ass line, or I could just run over here to 7-Eleven where there might be 3 people in line, pay $1.50 more, and go home.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Oh, I've made that call more than once.
That's why they exist, and that's why they're
Depends on my-
successful.
Depends on my required level of peopling for that day.
Yeah. Well, the other part of that is what originally was a profit center for convenience stores was your cigarettes and your Cokes, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And maybe your beer, depending on what's going on. Well, nowadays that's pretty much, no matter where you go, it's the same fucking price. So it's not really it's not really a profit center anymore. It's a matter of convenience, and they're hoping that you're going to snag something else.
Oh yeah.
as you're there.
Everybody advertises that they have the state minimum price on cigarettes.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, all right. Well,
So no one's making a ton of money.
no, they're absolutely counting on you buying something else.
Yeah, and then now what they all do is they all get their own branded products, right? Like, you go in and it's like, oh, look, there's 7-Eleven chips. So they're a little bit less than Lay's. I can get these and maybe they're just as good. Or,
Yeah.
so there's the 7-Eleven iced teas or juices.
They had there was one I fully supported. There was one Sheets for a while because one of my favorite go-to drinks is the Arizona Arnold Palmy.
No, those are great.
And Sheets had some kind of deal with them where they had a mango Arnold Palmer.
Okay, I can see that.
And they were fantastic. But it was like some kind of thing where it was like exclusive to, it actually had on the packaging, it was wrapped around the bottle where it said some kind of partnership with Sheets. And you're like, you bastards.
I see, because that was
more of my money.
The Arnold Palmers were part of Arizona Tea.
Yeah.
Right, where we got the giant ass cans of tea, and it was stamped 99 cents around the can. They had a sweet tea and a green tea and Arnold Palmer. And then for a minute they had, I don't know if it was also Arnold Palmer branded, but they had a strawberry lemonade in those cans.
They had a strawberry Arnold Palmer too. I've seen that one.
Oh my God, it was fucking good. I can't even find half the time now the Arizona cans anymore.
Oh yeah. That's at least it's something pretty still well known up here. So, oh yeah.
There was some really good shit, and again, you wouldn't find that, and that's the other part of it. Like you said, the co-branding, the what they call it, oh God, first best only FOBO, where you could only it was the only place you could get certain things. It was a contract they had, like up here, 7-Eleven had a Lay's flavor that I couldn't find anywhere else in spicy dill pickle chips.
Okay. Yeah.
Which were phenomenal. And I'm going, yeah, give me a big ass bag of this. We'll go to the grocery store. No, go to another store. No. Like, must be a 7-Eleven exclusive to that. And that's the other thing, right? That'll drive you to them. That's all it is. Please come in. Please come in and buy our shit. And and then they've got their own Kleenex and their own aspirin and their own this, right? Because they make more profit off of that than selling the Tylenol and Kleenex brand Kleenex. Take your money.
Oh yeah.
Please, sir, come here and give us your cash and get a lotto ticket while you're at it.
That is pretty much the case.
More or less. Well, let's put a bow in it.
All right.
Call it a show. I have to find out I hope TJ's not really like mad at us.
I don't know.
He left. He didn't come back. He didn't answer my text.
I don't know. He's usually one to give a pretty good hard time. So I don't know.
Oh, I hope we didn't really piss him off. It's all in good fun. I think he knows that. Maybe he just wasn't feeling it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. We'll find out.
It's all good. But on that note, like I said, let's wrap it up. You want to give your catchphrase?
Well, just say stay classy and search your hometown here.
That's right. We didn't do the housekeeping before, so I'll do it now. Like, rate, subscribe, tell your friends. And, for fuck's sake, I've already asked for at least one of you fucking what the hellions to send me an email and just say hi. That's 2 fucking letters. H-I. You know how many emails I got?
Actually,
Jason? None.
I'm guessing at least 50.
0. 50
That's what I
minus
said,
50.
Oh, okay. That's what I was gonna say.
The email address
Well,
is
here,
whatthehellpodcast@yahoo.com. God damn it.
Well, here,
Someone fucking say hi.
I'll break out my other catchphrase, and don't be a lazy twat.
You heard him. See, and now it looks like I'm pointing the wrong way, so I gotta go. You heard him. For me, he's right there.
Let's see. To me, you're actually pointing. You're pointing at my extra monitor over there.
But yes, like, rate, subscribe, reach out, say hi, give us show suggestions, yell at us, whatever. What the hell podcast at yahoo.com.
Yeah, whatever.
All that shit. And we'll catch you guys on the flip side.